Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another great edition of my Grue Rume Show. And for the Grue Rume Show tonight, we got a very great guest. He's the actor, producer, and the writer, Rene Mena. And I'm really looking forward to talking to him. We're going to talk to him about the stuff that he's done, and he was in one of my favorite shows. Guest appearance, Shameless. So I'm looking forward to talking to him about a little bit of everything. I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters, as you could tell already. I am the host of the Grue Room, and my interview will be coming up very soon. This is my Grue Room, and as always, welcome to my nightmare. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for taking time out and doing this.
Hey, I'm excited. I'm thank you, Rocco, for doing it. I mean, this is awesome. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, of course. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. So, like the first time I wanted to ask you, I was reading up on you, and I saw you grew up in El El Sa-
El Salvador.
Salvador, and
Yeah,
how was it like growing up here and going to school and everything?
it was different, very different. It's a third world country, and back then it was even more poor than it is today. so um, it was great. I mean, because it's the only thing I knew. For me, it was the best. I had a really beautiful, fun, innocent childhood that I'm
Mhm.
so glad I did. So it was great. It was all. I have nothing to compare it to. So it was like
Okay.
awesome. And as a teenager, is when I had the chance to come to the States, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that I did, and I'm glad that my family and I immigrated here, and now here I am.
Yeah. And when you made the move here, because from what I read, like you made the move from El Salvador to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, and
Ooh,
to go into a city like that with it's pretty big because that's where all the actors
yeah,
live, and it's constantly on the go. So how
yeah.
was it like when you first got there and first saw the scene that you were living in?
Well, okay. Los Angeles to me to this day, it's a big ghetto city. It's a big ghetto, okay, with nice spots because you have Beverly Hills, you have Studio City, you have West Hollywood, you have some nice areas. You have even downtown itself has like really beautiful areas, but then you go 2 blocks and you're in Skid Row, so you're like, damn. So Los Angeles, it was a huge, probably the biggest culture shock I've ever lived.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it a lot because I grew up watching it on movies, TV
Well,
shows, and
yeah,
I felt like
exactly.
I felt like I knew LA so much, even though I have never been to LA. But I was also disappointed because, again, it's not what they make it out to
Yeah.
be on
Yes.
film and TV shows. And you go there and you're like, wait, this is the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and yes, there are the stars, but then there's also homeless, and there are also
Uh-huh.
people like at night. It's scary to be there, and during the days there are so many people where they I don't know it's not what I expected,
Well,
and that's
yeah.
my fault for having high expectations.
Yeah.
um, and then Los Angeles is so big, and so many people and so much traffic. It was a disappointing after disappointment, to the point where I was like, okay, I don't like LA. It took me years to fall in love with it. It took me years to, and that's because I forced myself,
Yeah,
and I kept
exactly.
telling myself, okay, this is where you live now. Fall in love with the city. Find whatever it is that you like, and just think about that. And I remember doing affirmations. I remember meditating on it because I did not
Okay.
like Los Angeles. I didn't. And I remember telling myself, oh, I hate Los Angeles. And then I would catch myself, no, I don't hate Los Angeles. I don't like it as much as I like other cities.
Yeah.
But it's where I live now. It's who I
Yeah.
am, and it's and thankfully now I love it. I love Los
Okay.
Angeles.
Okay.
Mhm.
There you go. See, you went from hating it to loving it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a very thin line between the two. So yeah.
So when did your passion start? Like when did you fall in love with acting?
When I was in college, um, I went to an audition. By the way, I had never thought of acting. I have never even considered. I knew nothing about acting, and I went to an audition, and I got a call back, and that callback turned into a job, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love doing that job, and I thought it was going to be that easy. That you go, you get an audition, you get a call back, you book it, and then after that, I remember. So I gave myself, at the time I was in Richmond, Virginia, with my
Okay.
family, which is where I finished high school and college. And I remember I was in college still, because actually I never finished it. By the way, I left to move to LA. And I remember thinking, wow, this is so easy. I went to my first audition, I booked it. Then I went to a commercial audition, a local commercial audition
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
veterans. And I booked it as well. I was like, wow. And that commercial paid a lot. And I'm thinking like, wow, this is so easy. This is a lot of, why am I going to school for business when I can just make a shitload of money out of acting? If I only knew. And so I packed my things. I drove across the country from Richmond, Virginia to Los Angeles. And when I got there, I realized that I sucked at acting. I realized that I was bad. I mean, when I said bad, I've made sure to remove some of the videos from YouTube, okay? Because that's how
Oh
bad I was.
man.
Yeah, I mean, and I think we all know that we were bad at some point. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had no technique, I had no training. I just had a desire to act, and I had fallen in love with something new, something different, and I knew the arts were part of me growing up without knowing it because of things I did. But again, I had not having any training, any experience, any
Mhm.
technique. I was bad. I was horrible. I did have good instincts though. That I did have. I did have good instincts, and because I catch myself, I go back and I watch those videos and I'm like, okay, that wasn't bad, but that is bad. Somebody would punch me in the face and then I'd be like, oh, you hit me. And then I'll hit him back. And things like that, like, oh my God, like, oh, like like first I had to think of what was written on the script and
Yeah,
then do
yeah.
it.
Yes,
Anyway,
exactly. Well, I mean, that's how it is. Like when you first get involved with it, involved with acting, like I mean, no one's ever great when you're doing like your first thing because you're trained like you're reading the script and then you have to go and do it, and that's completely different when you're going over the script over and over, and then when you're there live in front of the camera and they shout action, and it's like a different, it's like nerve wracking, and you try to remember the lines that you were studying, but then you have to move in the moment too.
it's
So
crazy. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. When
yeah,
you
yeah,
start,
exactly.
there's so
There's
much, right?
you have to
And
get
then
used to it.
yeah. And because again, I think even if you're good as an actor, you have good instincts when you start, but if you have no technique, you're limited to it.
Yeah.
And also, the lack of experience will show on camera as well. And God, I mean, God knows how nervous I was. I don't understand how they never fired me from any of my beginning jobs, okay? Because I think I was bad. I mean, I'll tell you a quick experience. My very first TV show, it was for Showtime, Shameless. This
By the
was,
way, I love that show.
oh, well, then if you go back, you can actually watch it. I think on Netflix, my episode, but I'll tell you what happened. Okay. I had been in LA 11 months, 11 months in LA. So still fresh, still new. And I landed my first manager. And this manager got me an audition. And it was my first audition ever, like my first real audition, like prime time. And I had just become SAG too. So I had
Okay.
just become member of the union. So and I was ready, right? I at least I thought I was ready. And she gets me this audition at Warner Brothers for Showtime for Shameless. I go
Yeah.
in and I the very next day I found out that I booked it. It was one day co-star, one line co-star, one day working on the show. And my call time, the day, which was a Tuesday, I'll never forget, it was at 3 p.m. The night before Monday, I couldn't sleep, thinking that
Oh yeah.
they were going to fire me. I just kept thinking of that they were going to fire me because I felt like I was fake. I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first job. I couldn't sleep. Finally, around 9 a.m. in the morning, I got some sleep. And then
Okay.
I took a nap for like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and I wake up, right? It's like, and then I think like, oh my God, I'm late. It's 10 a.m. And I'm shooting in Los Angeles. I just have to drive like 20 minutes from where I live. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, I'm late. My call time is at 3 p.m. and it's only 10 a.m. I get ready, I shower, I get ready, and I go to set. I'm on set before noon, but my call time is not 3 p.m. And I remember getting there and the person who checked me and said, hey, but you're not in until another 3 hours. And I didn't know what to say. I was just like, oh, I was hungry. So I just came to set. And she was like, oh, perfect timing. Lunch is just about to start. And I don't even know why I said that. And so I had lunch. There I was hanging out for like 3 hours before they allowed me to go into makeup or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was my first job. It was so terrifying, so nervous. Yet when I see it, I'm like, oh, but I can see why they hire me because I did my job. I did good.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
what was supposed to be one day turned into 2 days of work because apparently the director really liked what I was doing
Oh.
and added a couple of non-speaking scenes for me for the next day, but very very good scenes where I actually got to work as an actor and I enjoyed it the day too. And then after I finished, I was kind of sad. I was like, oh, is this what it feels like to be unemployed? Because that was my first time really finishing a real job.
Well,
And it was
yeah,
my first
and
time, you know,
a show as big as that too.
it was right. And this was third season. So it was already doing very well on
Yeah.
Showtime. And I just, again, 11 months in LA, it was like, holy moly, I cannot believe, because most people take 2 or 3 years to just become SAG eligible or become union.
Mhm.
And here I am, you know, fully union and working. And I was just, I couldn't believe it.
So who did you work with on the show? Which one of the cast?
Both of the kids, I can't remember the name, Lip
Oh yeah,
and
Lip. Yeah.
uh, uh,
Oh God. Jeremy.
Jeremy Allen White
Yes.
And Cameron. So in the scene, I'm with them too, and I'm bullying them. So at the time, I looked much younger. We all did, and I'm playing a 16-year-old Mexican bully named Salvador, who pretty much runs the group home where they are uh, put in for a week or whatever long they were there. And so I charged them rent and something else to bring in their girls and have sex. Anyway, it was a fun storyline and I enjoyed it. And apparently I was a good bully.
And
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like those two guys, like Jeremy and Cameron, are
Mm-hmm.
huge now. Like they're
They
like
are.
Jeremy's doing a whole bunch of shows, and Cameron is doing that
Yeah.
video
The
game,
bear.
Star Wars, the video game. So
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
right.
both of them are doing tremendously well from the show.
Amazing actors and as human beings, I'll tell you, they were. I don't think they knew because I didn't tell anybody that it was my first job ever, like that big job. So I was so nervous, but I'm not sure if they knew or did not know that, but they were so nice and so comforting and encouraging and they were cool and they were fun. I remember that it just felt like we were hanging out, like we were
Yeah,
having fun and enjoying our time and doing our thing. And I really appreciated that because they did make me feel welcome, all of them,
oh, okay.
everyone on the show. Yeah.
Oh wow, nice. And well, this wasn't the first television show. Like I mean, this isn't the only television show you've done. I saw there was
Oh yeah,
another TV
I've
series,
done
and
more. I've done, you know, I've done some, and I have some more coming up.
yeah, you've done quite a few TV shows, but there's one show where
Yeah,
you had a recurring role in Nova Vita.
Vida. Yeah, yeah, that that show. Oh my God, so many memories coming back. Yeah, that was for USA. Yes, I did that one and Tales of the Titan, um, which I think it was. Oh fuck, what was it for? This that was a funny show. But I've done a couple of recurrents, yes, and they were fun, all of them.
Nice. And what about like you also worked on a movie with one of the ladies from Dallas, right?
Oh, Linda.
Linda Gray.
I've, Linda Gray. I've done two movies with her. I've done two.
Okay.
I did my very first one, which was when I met her, Wally's Will. There, I played Doofus, and she plays Wally, and that's when we first met. I want to say 2015, 16, 14 maybe, when we shot it, and it came out about a year later. That was a fun project for me. I really enjoyed it. Great comedic role, and Linda is just amazing. I was nervous to meet her because she is such a legend. Um, and having grown up watching her on screen,
Mhm.
I was very nervous. But I'll tell you, we had a rehearsal. uh, Mateo, the director, asked us to come, Linda and I, for a rehearsal. I think it was like a dress rehearsal, makeup rehearsal, and all kinds of rehearsal, camera rehearsal. Everybody was there, and for actors, it was just Linda and I because we were the leads. Well, she's the main lead. I'm her servant in the film, and I came in, and I remember being so nervous. And the first thing she comes is just like, Rene, and she comes and hugs me, and I was like, oh my God. And I literally told her, you know who I am? She's like, yeah, silly, I watch your tape. You're funny, and we're going to have so much fun.
Oh,
And
that's
I was like,
awesome.
and I remember that I was almost in tears because here I am so nervous to work with such a legend.
Oh yeah.
Um, and it was each day on set, it was just beautiful. And she's such an artist. She doesn't give you notes. No, she doesn't give you notes like some actors do. But she's there to support you and to help you, and she likes to play, and she's
Okay.
she's awesome in that sense. So when we worked again, which was like 3 or 4 years later, we shot Prescience, where she plays my mother, because I'm adopted by a Caucasian family, and she plays my mom, and Eric Roberts plays my dad.
Oh
By
yeah,
now,
Eric. Eric's been in a lot.
but in a lot of things, yeah. So by now we are friends with Linda, and so coming to play with her again was just like, oh my God, so many memories coming back. And it was amazing. So both films, I enjoyed them to the fullest, and I cannot wait to work with her again. I hope I do soon.
There you go. Yes, definitely. And I am a big horror fan, as you could tell. And I
Oh,
saw you were a part of a horror show, Water Dog. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I've been a part of like five horror projects, yes. And that one, Water
Really?
Dog, yeah, Water Dog is an interesting film because this director is he's unique. He's unique in a cool sense, in a fun, creepy, twisted way, which I think every horror director has to be in order to be able. It's I think I'm in two scenes of the film, but
Okay.
they are very, very memorable scenes because let's see how much I can tell you without giving it away, because they're just fun scenes, and I'm part of a family. So I think we were 3 or 4 siblings, and then our parents. And my father dies in the film, and so we're in a funeral, and everybody is drugged during the funeral.
Whoa.
So, so yeah.
Damn.
So
Okay.
and we all react differently when we are drugged. Um, and so that's I'm gonna keep it at that because otherwise
Okay.
I'm gonna spoil it. And it was a fun film. That was a fun. It took forever to come out because we shot it, I think, like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I think we shot it before the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just about to come out. We just had a premiere in LA. I couldn't make it because I was working, in Africa shooting a movie while they
Oh.
were premiering in LA, which sucked ass. Well, I'm glad that I was working. I'm thankful that I was working.
Well,
But
yeah.
I know a lot of the cast and crew made it to the premiere at LA Live, and that was really cool. But I couldn't make
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they'll be having others.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, we're gonna have something else because it's still going around on the film festival circuit.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah. So, you miss one, you'll be at the next one.
hopefully, hopefully, I have such a bad luck, by the way, that but I don't know if it's bad. I get invited to the premieres of the projects that I'm part of, but then I
Yeah.
cannot make them. I cannot make them, and it's like, are you serious? Like the day that of this premiere is literally the only day I'm working on this show or this movie, which is great again because I love working. I do, but it's like, couldn't you guys move it one day after or before so I can make my red carpet? And it happens more often than you think. And it's like,
Oh my God.
and unless you have like a big part or you're able to negotiate, otherwise, what are you going to ask? Hey, can I come and shoot American Horror Stories next week?
American Horror
like,
Story
no.
25.
Right? Ryan will be like, no, bitch. Bye.
What season is that up to now? What's it, like 12 or something? Or
I don't know. It's weird because they keep making them. Ryan keeps making them, and you think that by now we'll be bored or done
but
or over
everyone
them.
is different.
No, they're different, and they're
Every
so
single
good.
season is different. Yeah,
They are so good, and
I know.
it's like you will think by now I'm done, I'm over it. No,
Yeah.
it's like he keeps reinventing them and
Yes.
making them better, and he gets perfect casting and
Yes,
so
definitely.
So,
Yeah, because
and I've auditioned like 50 times and I haven't been able to land that job yet.
hey, there's still time. It doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon. The
So
the
I hope,
last season,
Ryan,
I
I
think,
hope you're
was
watching. I
New
want to work
York.
with you. Which one?
I think the last season was New York, right? When it was like it was very sexual. The last season, it was about like a
Oh, okay.
it was
I
like
haven't seen it, so I have not seen it yet. So that one I don't know. I mean, it's crazy because like I watch The Hotel. I watch one and then I skip like three.
yeah,
But the
exactly.
beauty is that you can watch one entire season and not have watched the previous one, and you still get it.
Yeah, because like each season is its own different story.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it don't look like he's stopping anytime soon. So just keep applying.
And yeah, totally. And what I like is like a lot of the same actors just playing different characters.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But the same over. You're like, wait a minute, that's the same clown.
Yes,
wait a minute,
yes.
that's the serial killer. Just he sounds different and he looks different. I mean, that guy, I don't know his name, but the guy who played what was that show for Netflix that I really like, Dumber.
Oh yeah, he's in like mostly all the seasons of American Horror Story.
Like, wait a minute, and then I will Google him because sometimes it's so different.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, that is him. I mean, I don't know how many he's been on, but he's been in a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like he could play any kind of role. Like every season he did of American Horror Story, he played a completely different role.
And I think there was one season where he played like multiple characters.
Yes.
I can't remember which one it was, but that happened too. So good for him. Kudos to him.
He's so good. He is. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. And he was perfect.
He was great in Dahmer. Like that was a great show.
I think it was the best that I've seen of his.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I really, really enjoyed it, and from beginning to end, I remember watching it, and I couldn't stop. And I had to go to sleep. It was like 4 a.m. and I'm thinking like, I have to be up at 8 a.m. I need to go to sleep. And that was not good because I think I went to like at 6 a.m. to sleep because I finished the whole season.
Yeah, you're like, I can't stop. I
couldn't stop.
I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Mm-hmm. That's how, but that is so good though. When that, it's for me, everything has to make sense. The producing, the directing, the acting, because if one thing is not good, the rest of it doesn't make sense for me. And
Oh yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
I'm like, I love the directing, but I'm not sure about. And no, here everything was great. Everything was great.
Nice,
Mm-hmm.
nice. And but you don't only act. I saw you also produce and you write too. Like, is that something you want to do more?
Yeah, I do produce. Yeah, I started producing about 5 years ago. Uh, Writing, no, I can barely write my own name. What I have done in the past is I've done script doctoring,
Okay.
meaning somebody will send me a script, I will read it, and I will give notes. And if they like my notes and they ended up somehow incorporating them, and that sort of has happened several times. They've offered to give me credit as a writer, but I find it, I don't know, unfair to the actual writer or
Yeah, yeah,
writers
yeah.
because they did the work and I didn't. So by default, I think I have a couple of credits as a writer, but I'm not really a writer. Now, producer,
Okay.
I do enjoy that, and I enjoy having more control over my career in those projects that I get a chance to produce. That I do enjoy, and I like doing that, and I foresee myself doing more of that moving forward, but not writing. I'm not good at writing. No.
And when you're not all auditioning for films and TV and all that stuff, like what do you like doing during your free time?
Oh, I have a list. I love swimming, dancing, hiking, just chilling, doing nothing. I mean, like, I can go a full day just in my bed and not doing anything. And I'm not like a big social media guy that I will be on my phone half of the day. No,
Yeah,
it's more like just relaxing and doing nothing and just
yeah.
eating and having junk food. And I don't get to do that as often because we have such a, I don't know, hurry lives. I mean, we're so busy that we don't
Oh
even
yeah.
realize how busy we are. And so when I get a chance to actually slow down and just take a day to do nothing, I call it lazy days. I love having those where I do nothing. I don't even want to shower or get up from the bed. I wish DoorDash would bring it all the way to my bedroom where I don't even have to get up and go to
Well,
the door and grab it.
you should like write a note the next time you're ordering from DoorDash. The door is cracked open. Just come in and drop it in my bed. Yeah, I don't think that would go over well.
No, I don't think so either. They'll be like, wait a minute, is this a hookup?
They're like, wait,
No,
is this Tinder?
right? And then I'm not lucky like that because I'm living in a building where we have a gate.
Oh,
So I will have to come out of my apartment and walk to the gate to let them in. So it's like I have to get out. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's how lazy I am. And normally it's on Sundays when I have a chance to have that. But sometimes it could be a Tuesday or Friday, and I'll enjoy it. But I also really, really enjoy nature. I love
Okay.
hiking and going to waterfalls and anything like that. And just or even road trips that will take me to nowhere.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
those. I love those. So I'm a big nature guy. I love traveling
Nice.
like everybody else. So yes, it's a lot of those things, and of course my family means the world to me. So every time I get a chance to be with them, I'm with them.
Okay. Okay, there you go. What kind of music do you like listening to? What's on your playlist?
Oh God, I go from rock to country to reggaeton to salsa to rap to, I mean, my playlist is, and then I have some Russian songs, some from Pakistan, from India, and
You are all over the
I
place.
I am literally all over the place. I will go from Selena to Whitney Houston to
Yeah.
Johnny Cash. I mean, you name it. I'm all over the place, and then
Okay.
songs that I don't even understand what they're saying, but because I like the beat, I downloaded it and now it's on my playlist. So all over
Nice.
the place, all over the place. If I like it, I download it.
All right. Okay. Okay. What was like the last song you heard that was stuck in your head? One of those songs you just start humming and singing all
Oh
day.
my god, this is bad. I might get some. I don't know. It's Rebecca Black, Friday.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Remember that song,
Yes,
Friday, Friday? And
yes,
it
definitely.
was just yesterday. And then today, because I went to the gym with my brother, and I was literally singing that song. And I remember him looking at me like, "What are you singing?" Obviously, he's younger, so he was like, "What are you singing?" I know what I'm singing. Okay, yeah, it's that song. That was the last song, Friday.
And is there any artist or band you would love to see live?
Mm, I've seen them all. Literally every band or artist that I like, from Kelly Clarkson to Bob Dylan to everyone I like, Jennifer Lopez. I've seen
Yeah,
them all. Oh, because if I
that's
like them,
awesome.
I'll fly to the city or country that they are in to.
Really?
Yeah, I have, and I'm so glad that I am impulsive like that. That
Yeah.
I will spend my savings to go see whoever if I like them. So
Okay.
I don't think there's anyone who I haven't seen that I want to see. I've seen
Gotcha.
everybody. Celine Dion like 5 times in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, because I love her. I think she's amazing. And see, she's no longer performing
Well,
because of
yeah, I
her
know exactly.
illness. But I did, and I saw her so many times. And even though it was the exact same show, I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Okay, so yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I've seen every artist, every band that I like. Thankfully,
All right, that's awesome. Not a lot of people can say that. That's really awesome.
I know, I know, I know. Yeah,
And
but
if you had to,
I think one Metallica. I never saw Metallica, and I wonder,
they're still touring yet.
are they still?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know,
they're still
but then
touring yet.
I don't know. I think some hardcore fans I'm scared of. So I don't know. I grew up with them, and I remember being, because I went through a phase where I was like one of them, and then I was like, "Fuck this! I'm no longer part of this." And so I don't know. Maybe that's the one band that I haven't seen that I would probably see, because they have been around for years.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, there's still time. Like they just put out a new album, so like
Really,
they're touring for the album, and I'm sure they're gonna be touring again in like another year as well. And that's
more than
one
likely.
rock band that's very consistent on touring.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
know.
yeah, you got
And
time.
and they for sure, and they've been in cities that I've lived or nearby, and I've known that they are there, but I chose not to see them. So I've had the chance, and maybe that's the only one that I haven't, that I could potentially see.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, the Metallica fans aren't as bad as you would think, because I've actually seen them live, and like the crazy fans are like Marilyn Manson and Slipknot and
Oh, I know. I know a couple of people, and those are hardcore. Like, yeah. See, those are shows that I would not go because I draw a line.
the probably the craziest show I was at was the the ICP, the clowns, the
Okay.
Insane Clown Posse, and their fans
Mm.
are called the Juggalos, and it was a wild experience. I was at one of their festivals. It lasts for like
Hmm.
3 days. You had to get a tent. It wasn't my idea. I went with a friend of mine, and they were like, "Oh,
Wow.
we're gonna go to the gathering of the Juggalos," and I was like, "All right." And yeah, I just say I'll never do that again.
I have, yeah, I have a friend. Well, he's not a friend. He's someone I know who's like that, and he'll camp for 3 days and do things like
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, no, no, dude, I need to shower. I I don't know. I need my privacy.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I could. I mean, I enjoy going to watch a show,
Yeah.
like a 2, 3, 4 hour. I'm cool, but anything above that, I'm like, no. Now you gotta pay me to be here. I don't want
I
to
know, right?
pay
I
to be
know.
here. So but I know so many people who are like that, hardcore fans who will do that and camp out for 3 days.
Yeah, it was a festival. Like all 3 days, they had music,
Mm-hmm.
they had pro wrestling, they had
Oh,
comedy shows. The Insane Clown Posse, of course, were like the main act, and Guar was on there, and
oh,
it was
okay,
it was a wild time. I'll leave it at that. It was a wild
okay, all right. Well, I believe you. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, I'm glad you had
time.
fun.
Well, I wouldn't say I enjoyed it, but
Oh, oh, 3 days. Wow. Okay.
but, if you had to do karaoke, what would be your go-to song?
I'm a horrible singer. I cannot sing.
I am
Um,
too, but I always do it now, every now and then when my friends want to go out to karaoke. So, and I tell them I need a couple shots before I go up there.
you know, I don't think I have a go-to song. I don't. Um, and I've done karaoke, but I've hated it with all my heart. I hated it because I cannot sing, and people always make fun of me. I feel bullied at
I
karaoke.
know,
People
right?
like,
Exactly. You're absolutely right. Even with me, like there'd be like these singers that sound like they're on American Idol, and then I get up there and I'm like,
exactly. That would be me. And then the thing is, it's like there are levels of bad, right? There's like bad, there's not so bad, and
yeah.
then there's like really bad, and that would be me, like really bad. And
I'm
I
probably on
would,
that same level.
yeah. And so I don't even know. I stay away from karaoke so much because
Okay.
and if I sing, it'll probably be something in Spanish, like Vicente
Okay.
Fernandez, or I don't know. Again, I try not to.
And as you could tell with Chucky in the background, I'm a big horror
Mhm.
guy. So, are there any horror films that you love watching?
Anything that Blumhouse makes.
That's a very
So
good company for horror. It definitely is. Yeah.
yeah, I did one movie with them, which was a dream come true, called Madres for Amazon Prime that Blumhouse produced, and
Hmm.
what an experience! What an experience to work for them because I mean, Annabelle, Conjuring, Insidious,
Oh
Paranormal
my
Activity.
God.
The
Yes.
list goes on and on and on of movies that they have. I like Chucky, but to me, he's never been scary. Chucky is not scary. So Annabelle is. I
Annabelle's scary. Yes.
and then that little. I saw another one too that I think it was last year or earlier this year called Megan, the doll.
That was more funny than scary though.
Well, to me, that was scary because there
Oh,
were
really?
moments
Yeah.
where
Okay.
I was a bit. I don't know. I think there is something with I don't know with well put together dolls that I'm scared of.
Okay. Okay.
that
Okay.
that because you could see it in her eyes that there was something wrong with it, and I just didn't know what she was capable of. I knew she was
Yeah.
going to do
Yeah.
something. I just didn't know what, and the anticipation was killing me. I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was scary. It had its
Okay.
moments.
Okay.
Um, but Chucky has never been, I don't know, scary for me. Annabelle has. Yeah.
That was, I think they made like 3 or 4 the Annabelle films, and every one of them have been great. Like every one of them are scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the films that is on post production that I did, well, I have two horror films on post right now. One of them is called Martinez, Margarita, and Murder. And
Ooh.
I played Freddie Martinez, the main character. And one of the actors in the film is Bonnie Aarons. She plays the nun
Oh
in the nun.
yes, yes. I
And
definitely
so
know
that
her.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, so that was like really cool having worked with her. My character is an actor, a struggling actor in Los Angeles, and Bonnie plays my agent in the film. and she has a very interesting take on how agents are in LA, and I loved it. And then the writer, who I love, James, who also directed the film, is just a little like all the horror directors, twisted. and,
Yeah.
or particular, we'll call them. I worked with him twice or three times. God, I don't even know anymore. He's amazing. And so he allowed me to do a lot of fun stuff in this film. And he doesn't call it horror, but I think it has horror written all over it. And horror fanatics will enjoy it, because to me, from reading it, I was like, holy shit, this shit is creepy. And the moment I start thinking of creepiness, or I'm scared, from that moment on, I feel like someone's at my door. I'm sorry, let me answer real quick.
Talking about creepiness and the non.
I know. I know. To stop it and then come back.
There we go. I just paused it. Here we go. We're good again.
So anyway, so that was like a really cool experience, because James allowed me to do a lot of stuff, and a lot of, horror is one of my favorite genres.
Nice.
And so, and having been able to do things, because I will bring things up to him and I would say, hey, what if we do this here? He'd be like, let me think. All right, do it. And if I don't like it, we'll show. Sure, yeah. And thankfully, he was really cool like that. So that was awesome. I love horror, because horror, to me, it's like action. It's something I don't get to do as much.
Yeah.
Typically drama and comedy is what I do most. But every time I get to do horror or action, it's like, yes. Because they don't, I don't get to do them as often. So I love them. I cherish them, and I enjoy every moment of it.
When you say you were with Bonnie Aaron, she is so awesome. And
she is.
It sounds like she actually played a normal role for a change. Bonnie always plays someone creepy in horror movies.
I'm just gonna tell you that she did a wonderful job at this film. I already saw the scene with her, and I'm like,
nice.
Oh my god,
nice,
the audience is gonna love this. It's gonna love this. And she was just fun to work with, and she has so much experience, and she can be creepy so easily.
Yes,
so I love how quickly she can get there.
I mean, she is filming the Nun 2, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, they already shot it. Yeah.
Okay. They already shot it.
Yeah, and she's, I think, on the next Insidious or something else. She's doing other things, which great. Among like 5 other independent films that she shot back to back. Nice. So I was very honored to have worked with her, because it's a dream come true. I mean, having a horror royalty or legend, whatever you want to put it, it's awesome. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I don't want to keep you anymore. I don't know who was at the door, so I'm sure you got something to do. I just want to ask you, is there anything coming up that you would like to plug or talk about?
Oh gosh, I have so many films that I will be promoting, but right now, since nothing is completely done or finished, I think it'll be foolish to say, hey, go watch this or that, because I don't even know when it's coming out. I do have 7 films on post-production right now, all shot already, that will be coming out in the next year or 2, and some starting later this year. But yeah, for now, I have to say, Google me or go find me on IMDb or add me on Instagram, Facebook, and then I'll tell you there when they are coming out.
And where can fans follow you at on social media?
Instagram. Facebook, I don't do as much as I used to. I don't know. Do people still do Facebook? They don't. No, my friend here is like, no, they don't. So Instagram for sure. I don't have Snapchat, and I do have a Twitter account, but I don't really check it. It's very similar to Facebook. I go there like once a month or twice a month. But Instagram, I do check it every day. So add me on Instagram.
So
and I'm verified now, so I might as well.
There you go. So
Yeah.
you're not lip singing or dancing on TikTok?
No. And you know what? I have a girl who tried to get me in, and I love her to death, but I was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's beneath me. Okay. One, I cannot sing. Two, I'm not that good of a dancer. And I don't think I'm funny like that. So I was like, no.
You don't have to sing. All you have to do is move your mouth to someone else's words.
Well, let me tell you, she tried, because we did actually a couple of TikTok videos, right? And then she's teaching me a dance, a choreography. And
there's so many different dances.
I hit her in the face with my elbow. And she's like, okay, no, you're not a TikTok person, Rene. You're right. Stick to acting. She told me this. So I was like, all right, you're right. And anyway, I was doing it because she was forcing me to do this video. Yeah. And after I hit her in the face with my elbow, she was like, okay, no, we're not doing this anymore. That was the end of my TikTok career.
Oh, hey, it was short-lived but fun, right?
Yeah. I think I had the app for like 3 days or a week or two, whatever long it was. And I got like 500 followers because she has like 1 million followers on TikTok.
Gotcha.
But that was it. That was the end of it. Yeah, no more. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking time out and coming on. It was really fun meeting you and chatting.
Yeah, well, thank you. By the way, where are you from? Because I get I get hints of British accent, but then I hear like Southern accent. What are you?
I'm from Philadelphia. I'm Italian American in Philadelphia, so I don't know. I guess my voice tends to go like different. I keep my voice range different because I mean, I'm sure you saw my page. I always say like I'm the host with a speech deficiency. I stutter, so in order to not stutter as much, I have to keep changing my voice.
Oh, that's where I hear the accent. So you might go Robert De Niro then. I love it.
So yeah, I do my voice a little deeper when I'm doing the interviews than when I'm talking to you in person, because that you know I don't want to stumble over every word that I do.
Well, I didn't even notice that. So awesome. Well, kudos to you. Good to see you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And once I do have these films coming out, I'll be the one calling you. Yo, like, can we do something real quick?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I'm totally down.
Then I'll be hitting you up. And thank you so much. And I'm gonna sure be thanking my manager, because she was the one who was like, hey, you should do this.
Oh, like, really? Okay.
Yeah, she was the one who, I guess you reached out to her because she was telling me, hey, you should do this.
Yeah.
I love her. She doesn't even ask. She just tells me, do this, do this. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm doing that. You know, she'll do the same thing with classes, with different things. She's like, hey, Rene, do this. And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Oh, okay, I'll listen.
Yeah. You know what? She has my best interest. So
yeah, definitely.
I trust her, and I thank her for, see, this was fun. And so thank you for this.
Well, I'm honored. So thank you for doing it, and you're welcome.
Awesome. Well, awesome sauce. We'll be in touch. You have my info. I know that I started following you on your.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yes, I was going to say Gruesome. That's the name of a movie that I'm shooting next year. So that's something totally different.
Well, Grue is taken from gruesome because I'm a horror guy. So like the Grue Room, instead of calling it the gruesome room, if I called it that, I don't think I'll have any guess.
well, I probably get this. That is a horror film called Gruesome that we're shooting next year.
Oh, really?
So I'm really, really cool script, and a little town called Gruesome in West Virginia.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right.
It's a horror film. By the way, it's a made up town. There's no Gruesome in West
Hey,
Virginia.
you never know. Some of these little towns have
Well,
street names that you never heard of.
true, true. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason, right? These movies are being made.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. Thank you so much, and I'm excited
Definitely.
to see this when it comes out.
I will definitely tag you and send you the link when I post it next week.
You are the best.
Thanks, buddy. I
Thank you.
appreciate that. All right.
Awesome.
We'll have fun tonight seeing the Flash.
We sure will. Thank you again, and you take care.
Have a good one.